talking to each other. There's another group over there. I'm pretty sure one wouldn't be that vocal to himself. Another one? Too close to that stream. Yep, there's two of them now. At least two.
Greetings to everyone. Welcome to the Bigfoot question and answer session about the Mogollon Monster, Arizona's Bigfoot. Now please keep in mind that these question and answers are from what I have observed. They're not necessarily what somebody else might observe in the Northwest or in the Southeast or something like that. This is information specific to Arizona. However, a lot of the findings may be relevant to those other areas. These are my own opinions. I can only base my opinions on what I have seen or observed or what I feel about. These opinions may change, okay, as time goes by and I collect more data and I observe more stuff. Then I might reformulate theories, I might reformulate the thinking and so forth. So this is not cut in stone. Daniel says, with more and more pressure from many researchers, what do you think will be the effect on these stealthy beings? Well, that really all boils down to the researchers. And it depends on the researchers. Will the researchers act like a predator? There are still those out there, way too many out there, that want to bag a Bigfoot for proof. They want the fame, they want the glory, they want the proof. And it's in doing that, it doesn't go well for the Bigfoot. Okay. In this particular case, yes, too many researchers could force the Bigfoot into going into less reachable areas, more remote areas. It might even have a negative impact on the number of children they have, because now they're on the lam. They have to run. So I feel it is necessary. Well, let's put it this way. Too many people feel that it is necessary to be aggressive, to chase them in the dark, to whoop and holler at them and try to get their response. So many researchers try to trick them or outsmart them or something like that. And I'll say this, you can probably trick Bigfoot once with something that they've never seen before, but they learn. They know, and you won't trick them again. They won't trust you again. Will researchers use restraint in trying to force encounters? Basically hunt the Bigfoot? So many people dress up in ghillie suits and descent themselves and hit the woods. And they're doing what's natural for a hunter trying to sneak up on prey. Well, guess what? The Bigfoot knows that. Anybody that basically dresses up in camos and tries to disguise themselves and sneaks through the forest or whatever is a predator. And they won't hang around. They disappear. So what you really have to do is you need to intrigue them, tweak their interest, make them come to you. Now the forests out there are vast. I mean, really, really big. You could spend days, years hunting for a Bigfoot and never see them. What you need to do is bring them to you, have them come to you. Therefore, you need to act harmless. You need to act interesting. What can you do to intrigue them and pique their interest? There are so many people out there that want to drug a Bigfoot, you know, slip a Mickey in their food or whatever, use drones to chase after them or just to get a picture of them. Some want to use biopsy darts, which could hurt quite a bit, and stuff like that. So again, these people are shooting for the one-time encounter. They're only wanting to get that proof, okay? And that's, in the long run, that's not going to pay off. You need to be able to search them, and some of my favorite people are the primate people that study the great apes and the chimpanzees and so forth, like Jane Goodall. Many times I've been asked, why didn't you shoot him? Why didn't you kill it? Why didn't you try to capture it? And then I said, well, what would Jane Goodall do with one of her chimps? I really don't think she would do that. And by not harming them, not killing them, and so forth, you start to become more of a part of their clan. They allow you to study them closer. And in some cases, she was able to actually sit down with them and handle them and stuff like that. But there are certain protocols that you have to use when you're doing that. So you might want to study how they do it so that you won't get yourself into trouble with some large male that's going to rip your arms off and beat you over the head with them. So it's really important that you understand that these guys, even they may be human, they may not be human, but they are wild. They will protect themselves. They will protect their young. So you need to know what the trigger factors are that will make them angry enough to harm you, and don't do that. Yes, that's happened to me a couple of times. I still got my arms, but they have let me know to back off, and believe me, I did. Researchers need to use restraint in forcing encounters. These tactics only make them These factors only make them distrust humans. They just basically hide from us. They are driven further into the forest, and it makes them more defensive. If researchers take the cue from primate researchers such as Jane Goodall, humans may be able to help the Bigfoot. We might be able to figure out what they need in order to thrive as a species and a race. So if you really are serious about studying the Bigfoot and helping them out, then you need to change attitudes. Basically, you need to passively study them. Only interact with them when they initiate the action. You know, many of the TV shows will have people dress up in harnesses with lights on them and cameras, and they go out and beat on trees and hoop and holler and stuff like that. Well, that's not going to work. I mean, they may hang around just long enough to see what you're doing, and then they're gone. You'll never bring them in, and you'll never get them to interact with you. The only time that I've ever been successful in getting them to reply to a call that I made was when I interrupted their conversation. They were already talking back and forth through whistles, and I walked in between them and started whistling to them. instantly one of them knew that they were already whistling with a human. He shut up. The other one, I guess, could not see me and thought that I was his buddy. So that was, and I got a few whistles, and then I got a couple of rocks thrown at me, and then I took the hint and backed off. So basically, passively study them. Don't take any actions that might scare them, because they're probably just as afraid of you, maybe more, than you are of them. We present the danger, not them. They will protect themselves, but they are not hunter people that go on the hunt for humans. They just don't do that. And it might be part of their intelligence that tells them that hunting us would not end well for them. So